Hi and welcome back. Now in this chapter I want to go through Azure Data Studio. So this is a cross-platform database tool. So this works on Windows, on Mac OS and Linux as well. So you can go ahead and use this tool to query for data from your databases. You can also go ahead and create charts based on the query result sets. You can also go ahead and create customizable dashboards as well. Now, when it comes to whether to use Azure Data Studio or SQL Server Management Studio, so use SQL Server Management Studio if you need to perform complex administration or platform configuration. So for example, if you want to go ahead and let's say take a backup of your SQL Server database which you have in your on-premise environment, then go ahead and use SQL Server Management Studio. Or if you have any sort of other complex administrative operation on your Azure SQL databases, then go ahead and use SQL Server Management Studio. Also, if you need to go ahead and use database diagrams, then go ahead and use SQL Server Management Studio. And if you want to go ahead and perform security management and user management, again, you can go ahead and prefer the usage of SQL Server Management Studio. Now let's go ahead and see how we can use Azure Data Studio. Now over here, I have the documentation page where we can actually go ahead, download and install Azure Data Studio. So over here, let me go ahead and click on the link for Get Azure Data Studio for Windows because I'm currently on a Windows system. So let me go ahead and choose the download and installation setup for a user. So it's going ahead and downloading the exe. So once I have this in place, let me go ahead and click on it. So I'll accept the agreement, go on to next, go on to next. So a very simple and straightforward installation. Now, once the installation is complete, let's go ahead and launch Azure Data Studio. So I'll hit on finish. So once we have Azure Data Studio in place, let me go ahead and hit on a new connection. So over here, I can go ahead and use the connection type as Microsoft SQL Server. Now over here, I can go ahead and give the server name. So I'll go on to Azure. Let me go on to an existing Azure SQL database. So let me go on to our demo DB database over here. Let me go ahead and take the server name, go on to Azure Data Studio, place it as the server name over here. In the authentication type, let me go ahead and choose SQL login. Let me go ahead and give the details to connect. Let me go ahead and hit on connect over here. And now we are actually connected on to the database server. So over here, you can see all of the databases which are on the database server. If you want, you can go ahead and create a new query over here. So over here, you can actually connect on to the database server. You can see it's already connected. If you want, you can also go ahead and change the connection. Then you can go ahead and decide what is the database that you want to use on the database server. So let me go ahead and choose demo DB. So let me go ahead and see what I have in the course table. Remember, we have this course table in place. Let me go ahead and hit on run. So now you can see you have the data in place. Now over here on the right hand side, so you can go ahead and save the results as a CSV or as Excel or as JSON or has XML, and you also have this chart facility as well. So if I go ahead and just click this, so over here, it will give you just a basic chart facility when it comes to the result set itself. So in this chapter, just want to go through that aspect that you do have another tool that you can use when working with your Azure SQL databases or even your SQL databases which you have in your on-premise environment, and that's Azure Data Studio.